What's going on, guys? MrLockandload here. Got some subscribers wanting me to go over a little bit of tactics when they're on the move. So that's what this video is going to be on. It's kind of a hard thing to talk about, actually, because you're not going to be practicing this stuff with your neighbors. You're not going to be practicing it with your buddies or your brothers or sisters or whoever you're going to be out on the streets with all that often. So you really have to break stuff down like simple, stupid, Barney style. I mean, this shit got to be simple, or else you guys won't remember it, and you'll be screwing it up. So, you know, if you look at like the Marine Corps handbook and stuff like that, there'll be, you know, different formations and, you know, echelon rights and staggered columns, ranger file, you know, online. Don't worry about that stuff. I'll show you what I basically have kind of thought up for this kind of a situation, and we'll talk about some different considerations. It's trying to make it basic, trying to make it real simple, okay? Basic things to talk about, understand. Whenever you're in any kind of a confrontation, what I used to tell my junior Marines and my fire team, that there's my 3 ABCs of urban combat: violence of action, momentum, and communication. Violence of action: everything you do, do it in a violent way if you're in that kind of a situation. Momentum: keep moving, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Don't stay still, don't get bogged down in one spot. And then communication is communication. Let everybody know what the hell you're doing. You know, describe stuff, describe what's going on. Everybody needs to, basically what I try to teach them is, think of the situation and you need a TV screen. Whatever you see, whatever you're doing, they need to be watching it in their TV screen in their mind. Well, they don't actually have a TV screen in their brain to look at what you're looking at and what you're doing. That's why you need to use your mouth and describe to them what's happening in a way that they can understand. One thing that people really screw up: I don't need to look at you to talk to you. I can do this right here, watch my sector, do what I'm doing, and still communicate with you just fine. You're using your ears, not your eyes. People tend to look at each other when they are talking to each other. You need to get out of that habit when you're dealing with this. So I'm checking my area, telling you what's going on. I don't need to be doing this, looking at you, telling you, hey man, what's going on over here? That's just bad tactics. We're going to go over a little bit of contact drills. We're going to go over basic movements and kind of different formations here for what I think that we could actually use. So for any of you guys that have some ideas on stuff, have your own mentality, have your own experience in this field, don't be afraid to let me know what you guys are thinking. This is actually a really hard video to do because there's so much that you can do, and there's so much that you cannot do based on your experience level and what you are going to be actually practicing. So I'm going to set this up. I drew some quick diagrams just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me get my papers over here. Try to go over some basic stuff. Alright, what I like to use is a column formation. This is what you're looking at, a column formation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to do this so it's not confusing. This is a fire team, 4-man group. You can do it with 3-man group. It makes it a little harder with left and right securities, but you can do it. Red is a team and blue is a team. Don't do teams like this, because if you get split up on the streets, you'll run into team issues. Getting online, you run into issues. So blue is a team, red is a team. So these two guys are going to be in a buddy team. These two guys are going to be in a buddy team. This is the 1-man. He's up top. These are his kind of sectors of fire, what he's looking at from here all the way around. Number 2, he's looking at. 3, what he's looking at. 4, what he's looking at. Now if you notice, if I take a line and I go off their left and right lateral limits here, you will you will see that they are intersecting. You can do that all the way down here, and these guys are intersecting. You don't want any spots where guys aren't watching it, so you want to be watching, you know, the same areas without going way over. So intersecting fields of view is something to think of. This is our direction of movement. Okay, the little arrow there. What I'm rocking is AK, shotgun, AK, AK. I like to be number one man. Sometimes like Marine Corps, okay, ready, team, fire, assist. This is going to be your team leader spot. So he can control both ways. I don't like that. I like to be up front. That's just the way I am. So if I'm the team leader or any kind of guy in a leadership position, I do have to turn around and notify these guys if they're not paying attention. You've got to be watching them, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so that's our basic position. What we're going to go over first, alright, we're in this way. Something bad happens up front, contact front type style, okay? What's going to happen, alright, I'm just going to use one color for all this to make it easier. Bad stuff happens here. What you're going to want to do is get on line in some way, because obviously I can't be shooting if he's right in front of me. And when you do a staggered column, you're not going to be straight behind each other. You'll be off to the left, or he'll be off to the left, he'll be off to the right, such forth. But if there's bad news going on here and you got these guys up here, if you're back here, that could be an issue. So what you're going to do is get on line. So one guy's moving straight up, two guys moving straight up, three swinging around, four swinging around, okay? Remember, we kept in our buddy teams right here. Alright? If you're in a situation where maybe 4's over there or 3's over there, and remember, these are your buddy teams. You want to stick with your buddy team. If you stick with your buddy team, you'll always have accountability. But if I'm with Tim, and then the next thing I know I'm with Joe, and then the next thing I know I'm with Randy, who knows who's with who, and who knows where everybody's at. If you get in a buddy team and you practice with a buddy team, you guys really know how each other functions, how your mentalities are, and you can develop your own system real easy instead of being just with everybody randomly. So you want to stay in that buddy team type situation. Alright, so we got an online. Now you can stagger yourself this way and push through or fight the situation out. That's contact front. How much time do I have? Alright. I'll just go over, talk about a little bit about this when continue in part 2. Whenever a situation happens where you have to protect yourself, defend yourself, first thing you're going to want to do is lay down a heavy base fire, gain fire superiority, and then do movements. So what you're going to want to do is shoot. 1 and 2 get online. They're still shooting. 3 and 4 are coming around, and then they start shooting. By the time 3 and 4 are on the sides, on the flanks, 1 and 2 will probably be damn near out of ammo. So you're going to have to, 3 and 4, you're going to have to cover 1 and 2's support, or cover their fire, take up their sectors of fire. So now we're going to be looking like this. Remember, interlocking while these guys are reloading. Something to think about. So contact, everybody gets in a position where they can shoot. These two are pouring down the heavy fire. These guys are moving around. 2, you're pretty much just going to get online with 1. Heavy fire, get around, heavy fire from 3 and 4 while 1 and 2 reload, and then you can address the situation as it is unfolding in front of you. So this concludes part 1. Part 2, we're going to talk about contacts from the sides, and we're going to cover going through some danger areas real quick. Thanks for watching, guys. Have part 2 for you here in a minute.